remember, I was at a conference and we were talking, it was like DevCon, and the guy came up to me and was like, what is really the purpose of interoperability if not just laundering money? I mean, like transferring tokens between networks, like DeFi like really wasn't a thing. There was no reason to transfer USDC from one network to another. You weren't like yield farming, like those terms weren't really around. But like more recently, obviously, we've been evolving BTP to be more of like a public blockchain infrastructure, which is now like, in the last year or two where I've been more involved is on the public blockchain infrastructure side of it. And now I work really closely with Icon Loop developers on like the BTP architecture and how we can build BTP to be most flexible and useful for app developers. Depending on how far we're talking about it in the future, I mean, like, I still think that even after being in the industry for 5 years, that it sounds so cliche to say, but that we're still early. Like, the fact that like we're going in and signing messages and approvals, and we have like gas fees and all these like lingo that you got to get used to. Like, we're still very much early. We're still building infrastructure. Like, I envision the future of cross-chain as someone like my brother, who's not in this industry at all, downloads an app on his phone. He has no idea he's using blockchain. He has no idea he's using 20 blockchains. He's getting yield, or he's borrowing something, or he's trading, like trading cards, whatever, like maybe they're NFTs, maybe they're not. It really needs to get to that level of abstraction, and I'm sure that it will. That's kind of the way I think about it, so, Security assumptions are the most secure, right? Like, we build essentially a mini blockchain of the two blockchains that are communicating, so that way we can always verify the state of source blockchain. Wherever the message is coming from, you can verify on the destination chain. So, the key differentiating factor is absolutely the security of like how the messages are passed. And then, from there, it's like, what do you build on top of it? What I've thought of is that the arbitrary call service, the xCall service we're calling it, provides the ultimate flexibility. So I didn't want to think of every single possible use case of BTP before and have to build for each one. We created this xCall service so that way we're creating a secure messaging system that can pass messages and data between networks. And then app developers who maybe raised money from VCs, whatever, they can go and build whatever ideas they want to try out and get users. So BTP's target market is really developers who are building apps to that users will interact with, and so the key feature we offer them is security, I would say.